Greetings, Explorer families. This is Mr. Ike, the Executive Director of our Westlake Charter School. Families, I thought I'd record a video to introduce you to our brand new kindergarten through 8th grade Westlake Charter School principal. Now, as all of you know by now, we have decided to open up our high school in the fall of 2021, and our kindergarten through 8th grade amazing principal, Mrs. Batten, is going to become our high school principal. Well, all of next year, she needs to be working to make sure that high school opens up on time, and so we needed to hire a principal to replace Mrs. Batten, which is so hard to do because she's so incredibly amazing and knows our school and our community, our kids and our teachers and our staff so well. So we opened up an interview pool. We had many applicants for the interview pool to become our new K-8 principal. Overwhelmingly, people from the education community wanted to be a part of all that is Westlake, and that was such an honor. However, we decided that at this time, where the fall of 2020 is really so unknown, how will we get back to school and open up in an appropriate manner to do what we love to do? How will we do all that with all that is COVID-19 and the current crisis and the shelters in place and the phased things that are happening in the state of California right now? We said our next K-8 principal. It's going to be really challenging if it's from somebody from the outside. It's going to be really challenging if we bring in a new personality who we need to get to know while we're also trying to get to know what school looks like in the fall. And so we are incredibly proud to announce that we have brought in a new K-8 principal, not from the outside, but from the inside. Somebody who knows our school, knows our story, knows where we've been, and knows where we've most recently been during distance learning, so they can understand the staff and the community and our students, where we've been, and so that this person will help lead us through the 2020 and 2021 school year. Without further ado, I would love to introduce you to an amazing leader and educator, somebody who's been part of our community for quite some time. Please welcome to this video conference, Mrs. Jennifer Caillou. Hi, Mrs. Caillou. Welcome to the broadcast and welcome to your new position as a K-8 principal. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. Ike.
Now, Ms. Caillou, people listening to the broadcast, most of them will say, oh, I know Mrs. Caillou. I've known her for years. She's been a part of Westlake for a long time. And I thought, hey, maybe we should talk on a video because not everybody will recognize right away who Mrs. Caillou is and where she's been in our organization. First of all, for those who might not know your new name, tell us your maiden name so people will remember, oh, that's right.
Right. So I was Miss Wilhelm. I started at Westlake as Miss Wilhelm.
That's right. So there's ears just ringing all the way across the tone trying to go, oh, Miss Wilhelm. I remember Miss Wilhelm. She was my teacher. She was my principal at Westlake Charter School back in the middle school. So let's take a little walk down memory lane, Mrs. Caillou. When you started with Westlake Charter School,
sure.
What year was it? What position were you in?
Yeah, thank you. I started here in 2011 as a 6th grade teacher. So I was one of 2 first teachers that were hired for Westlake Charter Middle School. We were a really small shop at that time and had the opportunity to teach 6th grade and then loop with those students to 7th grade and really start the foundation of Westlake Charter Middle School.
I love it. So you taught at our middle school at one point. Prior to being a middle school teacher, where had you taught before?
Yeah, so I taught in another district in Sacramento, and I taught 3rd and 4th grade, 4th grade for quite a few years, and then I hopped over and taught middle school when I came to Westlake Charter School.
So you really have a K-8 perspective. I mean, you've been an elementary school teacher, you've been a middle school teacher. After you were a middle school teacher at Westlake Charter School, what was your next step in the organization, and when did that happen?
Yeah, in 2013, I moved into administration and I became the principal of Westlake Charter Middle School, which was really a great opportunity for me. My students that I had taught now were my students as being the principal. I was able to carry that first group of students for our very first Westlake Charter School promotion, and such a good experience of just really being at the beginning of that middle school and carrying those students. So yes, I hopped over in administration in 2013.
It's fantastic. It's so funny because even on the slide we put WCMS, Westlake Charter Middle School. Back when we were 2 schools officially on paper before we merged to become all one Westlake Charter K-8. But boy, it takes us back a bit. So as you transitioned into becoming a principal, and those were some fantastic times. I mean, you led incredibly well. Your leadership at the middle school led us to getting a gold ribbon from the state of California. Under your leadership, amazing hires were made. If you could think about some of the people who are still here in the organization, who started way back when, right? I mean, you look at Mr. Lockteff at the middle school, Mrs. Leggett, Mrs. Hilliard, all worked at that Pebblewood campus in the middle school. Mrs. Erickson, who was Miss Hewitt, worked on that campus. Ms. Brunmeyer. You go through the list of people who you led back there at the middle school who are still with the organization now. At some point, we combine the organization to a single campus, a K-8. We only need one principal. Where do you step to at that point? What's your next step?
Yeah, I was able to become the director of curriculum and instruction, which was such a wonderful move for me and for our organization. I was able to help lead some of the work that led to our new report cards, our standards-based grading philosophy, our understanding and deep pedagogy of what good instruction looks like. I've had the opportunity to help lead professional development to grow our teachers. Our teachers are phenomenal, and so having the opportunity to work so closely with kindergarten through 8th grade to look at different assessments that we give to make sure they're vertically aligned and sit on as I lead a team of kindergarten through 8th grade teachers that really works on this side of the house of curriculum and instruction. It's just been such a great opportunity for me to grow, but also to help our school to grow and where we are right now.
Yeah, as I think about this transition, about where you've been, I mean, you were an elementary teacher, a middle school teacher, a middle school principal, and then as you dove into that curriculum instruction role, you really got this opportunity to lead kindergarten through 8th grade teachers and staff members, and you understand our instruction, our curriculum, our pedagogy, but you're also part of the administrative team that's been doing the Westlake Weekly newsletter every week, and you've been on the inside of our building of our annual calendar, our professional development. As we look to the fall of 2020, we try to take a look at what is going to be the same and what may be different as we come back to school in the fall of 2020. I love the fact that you're willing to step into that principal role and lead us with the perspective you have, not only around curriculum and instruction and leadership and being a part of a community, but that you're really a true blue Westlake explorer who gets our story and gets who we are, where we've been, and what we do on a regular basis. So thank you for being willing to step into this role. Thank you for being willing to lead us during this uncertain time and bring a familiar face to leadership as we step into the fall of 2020.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the opportunity, Mr. Ike. I love Westlake Charter School. I bleed blue. It's my home, and I'm so grateful to be able to step into this new position and to serve our community. It's a very special place, and I am grateful for the opportunity. So thank you, Mr. Ike.
Well, I love it. I'm sure there are many people out there who would love to reach out to Mrs. K-8 and make a connection. And you can find her right on our website. She'll be launching in the fall of 2020. She'll stay in her current role to the end of this year. But if you want to make a connection with her, you certainly can reach out to her via email, and we'll make sure we have her at our coffee talks, so we have an opportunity to speak with her. But she will be as available to you as Mrs. Batten has always been, and as she was when she was the principal at our middle school. So thank you, families, for tuning in and watching Mrs. K-8. Congratulations, and thank you, and welcome to your new role. And for everyone out there, stay safe, stay healthy, stay together with your families. And as always, let's explore